Big storms out west.
Yeah.
We've had tennis ball. We've had right up to nearly baseball-sized hail. So that'll do a lot of damage. That'll take out windows. That'll just, demolish your roof. I mean, it's a big deal going on. These are big storms. You can see the wall clouds there. We have spinning. They are rotating. And so far, we've had one funnel. Val had that a little bit earlier. But I tell you what, we have some big storms producing wind and hail, and they are spinning. All right, let's go to Dustin. Let's get an update from him. He's on the Elk City storm. So, Dustin, on the Elk City storm, there's a wall cloud on the other storm that you've moved to. Give us an update on that. It is spinning as well. And by the way, Dustin, that storm is producing up to baseball-sized hail. It's confirmed. Go ahead.
All right, that's right, David. This storm, we're just over Elk City, and we're watching this particular wall cloud, and it is rotating, but it doesn't seem to be rotating as super fast, and it's not really moving fast to the northeast, just like the other cells we were on. We are just going to kind of trail along here. There's a long wall of rain from the south end here all the way up to the northeast by Foss Lake where we were. So the rain is very thick. The wind's not too bad here on the southeast side, but we're going to just kind of follow it along here for a little bit, David.
Okay. All right. Great job, Dustin. As always, great job in the air. All right. So there's the right side of the wall cloud. This is the one that is right there at Elk City. And that storm has produced tennis ball up to nearly baseball-sized hail. If you don't get a tornado, great, but you're going to get some big hail out of it, especially on the north sides and just north and east now of Elk City, just north of Canute. Big hail going on there. All right, but big wall cloud for sure. All right, let's come back to the ground now. Let's get to Tom Pastrano. Nope, not playing golf today. Those are big stones, big hailstones there. Tom Pastrano, you're on that storm now to the north of the southern storm. Give us an update on the hail that just ended there about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, David, this storm had an intense wall cloud. It was rotating. It didn't produce anything. Right now, I've had hail the size of baseballs, 60-mile-an-hour winds. There's a lot of hail falling. This is a very fierce storm that's moving towards the east. Back to you.
So both storms producing up to baseball-sized hail. That's exactly what some of these stones are. These are pretty far away from him. These are quarters, golf balls, tennis balls, and up to baseballs. That is a damaging hailstorm. It'll blow out windows in your house, in your car. As this storm moves in, you have to move away from the windows, okay? This is that kind of a hailstorm producing hailstones that big, moving at 70 to 80 to 90 miles per hour. They can do damage, and a hailstone that speed and that size can injure you, okay? All right, keep that in mind. All right, let's get to it. Back to Lynx 1, severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 o'clock tonight for all the counties in blue, northern, western, and southwestern Oklahoma. And then for this evening tonight and through tomorrow, a flood watch for some areas, picking up 3 to locally 6 inches of rain, and that will include Oklahoma City. All right, so we have one cluster of storms there. Now here's Oklahoma City. All right, nothing coming our way right now. These will eventually make it into the metro, but right now this is going to be a Dewey, Custer, northern Ouachita County, and then back here in southwestern Oklahoma, another big cluster of storms there, but this has a hook on it now. West of Custer City, baseball's in that. Baseball's just north of Val. There's a hook there. Okay, so we have 2 rotating supercells, 2 rotating thunderstorms. They both have wall clouds on them, okay? I was showing you that off the top. And just a few minutes ago, look at the hail sizes here, folks. This is going to Custer City. That's going to be baseball-sized hail. If it doesn't weaken, you folks in Custer City, you're going to get trashed as it crosses 183. Big storms coming out of the Texas Panhandle, not quite as strong as the other storms, but still strong enough, producing damaging hail. And the spin is going to be just barely east and southeast of Tom, another area of spin now north of Canute. That's the one that Val is watching. And look at these hooks down here. Yeah, big hooks on these storms. Lots of storms rotate. Lots of storms get big hooks that do not produce tornadoes, but you get a big hook going, you're going to get some big hail for sure. All right, severe storm that Jeremy's been on. It's now coming into Renfro, going right up Highway 81. Eventually, this will push into Kansas. Large hail with that. Doing a storm track. Look at the hail core there, just east of Tom now. We're looking at Custer City, 524. Clinton at about 533. Watersview Park, 532. And we'll say Eagle City at about 6 o'clock. And Weatherford High School at about 621. Southwestern Oklahoma, Texola, 535. Eric, 6 o'clock. Reed, 650. And Sayre at about 652. So look at the line here, 6 o'clock. The whole line continues to really kind of just fill in, right? And we'll get a broken cluster of thunderstorms running from the northwest back to the west, heavy rain, large hail. There's 10 o'clock. There's midnight tonight. Look at all the storms going on at midnight. And these are still going to be strong to severe. And we'll get that main line coming in Oklahoma City, but not until about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning when they get here. And then here comes the next wave of storms that'll come out tonight and into tomorrow morning. Rainfall amounts between this evening, tonight, and tomorrow night, 2 to 3 to 4 to locally 6 inches of rain. Central, northern, western Oklahoma picking up the heaviest rain. This evening, rain and storms in the north and west. Severe weather, it will continue. Moderate threat of more numerous severe storms in there. Tornado zone overall, it's a low threat at your location, but it's not zero. There's my tornado zone between now and midnight. And again, some tennis balls in here and some baseballs. We've already had that out near Elk City. And winds 65 to 75 miles per hour. When those storms come in Oklahoma City after midnight, they still could be strong, still could be severe with some smaller hail, maybe some quarters, and also winds to about 60 to 65 here in Oklahoma City. That is possible overnight tonight. Lows tonight in the 60s and 70s. And then overnight tonight through tomorrow morning, rain, storms, 100% chance, central, western, northern Oklahoma. 70s in the north tomorrow, 80s elsewhere. Cold front will still be hanging around. Guess what? More rain, more storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We dry it out on Thursday. More severe weather tomorrow. We're dry on Friday. More storms over the weekend and more hot weather next week. It returns with possibility of more storms.